To my ancestors. Did you ever feel like you didn't belong? That you didn't fit the mold of the person you were supposed to be? How many of you compromised, left your dreams behind, to turn yourselves into wives, mothers, housekeepers? Did you ever look up at the stars and long for more? Long for the world and the sky and the universe and everything in it? Long to see, to do, to feel, to know? My grandmother was a nurse, a pioneer in her field. I often wonder if she chose that path because she wanted to, or because she felt it was the only option she had. What would have happened to you, to me, if you did not have to bend yourselves into twisted shapes to please the men who knew you? To please the men whose hands created a society where women are docile, fragile, bear a lifetime of weight in silence? Did you ever burn with anger? How many times did you turn your fire inward so you didn't cry, scream, shout? Women's anger is not valued, I am learning. Men are told they cannot cry, that they can only be angry. But women are expected to smile, 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 to carry ourselves with unimaginable strength while appearing delicate. Why, when so many are hurting, do we not reach out and change? Why can we not ask for help when we're feeling vulnerable, when it's all too much, when we are tired of weight and long to feel lightness? To the children of the future, let yourselves change. Be brave. Be vulnerable. Show your tears and your hurt and your anger. Will you let yourselves be molded, or will you become your own sculptors and use your hands to create a new world, one that is fair and just and safe?
I hate you. I hate you. It's not the fact that you did what you did. It's the fact that you chose her. And looking into your eyes right now, seems like you're still confused. And to me, you still choose her. I can't show the world how broken I am because I told them you were the one. You're wearing our matching watches. Please, don't touch me. You assured me. You told me that I'm delusional. Stop being insecure, you said. I chose him. Yes, because he chose me. In 3 months, he chose me. And I said I do. It's too late. No. This isn't about you. This shouldn't be about you. The least you can say right now is congratulations, Nay. But you have the audacity to... Please don't apologize. You should. You promised. You're my happily ever after. I hate you. Please go. Go. Don't ever come here again. Go.
Why are artists expected to gut themselves? Metaphorically, of course, no one actually expects you to cut open your stomach, God. But why is it exactly that art born from trauma is seen more true than art born from fun, from wanting to make something nice, without like a deep pain or meaning behind it? It's a little cruel, don't you think? That art to be considered meaningful has to come from some place of pain. I remember being taught that great art comes from suffering, and that, well, sure, you can make art from other things, but it just won't be something worth looking at. Mind you, the art teacher who said that, everyone hated. But it seemed like some unspoken rule. Even without her saying it, it seemed true. That art has to come from pain. Before creating whatever this is, I was going to make a piece delving into the feelings of a trauma I experienced that has deeply shaped me. But why did I feel like that was more meaningful than anything else I could create? You don't know me, and I don't know you. For all I know, you could be some weirdo. But why do we value suffering above all else? Why can't we just have fun? Why is art meant to be painful? And why do we expect artists to spill their pain across a table for viewers to pick at? I actually don't know. I'm really asking here. Why are we like this?
Hello everyone. So, my name is Tyler Bell, and I'm a grade 12 student. And in the background, you're going to be seeing a drawing that I made with my girlfriend, kind of expressing my feelings during COVID, and how she's helped me stay in a good place of mind. COVID-19 has been extremely hard for a lot of people, and it's been really hard for me too. Before COVID, I was recently diagnosed with extreme dyslexia, ADHD, and a whole bunch of other things. And being locked inside for a year did not make it much better. I also recently turned 18 in COVID. So I'm an adult now. I have to find secondary school. I have to find college. I had to apply for a bank account. I'm looking for a job now. And I have to do this all without any guidance because I'm in COVID now. This is life. I'm locked inside. I can't go out. I can't hang out with friends. This is my final year of high school and I have to spend it locked inside. Prime year for people. You go out, you have a girlfriend, you meet people, you go to parties, you play games, and I'm spending it inside. I'm not even gonna get to go to prom. COVID's hard, but hard times make tough people. And we need more tough people now, especially in times like this. Life will get easier. Life has a strange way of testing people. It keeps the strong and gets rid of the weak. But we are the strong. We've made it this far, and we're gonna keep making it. No matter what happens, we will be here. You know, COVID's been really hard for a lot of people, and I've had it pretty good recently. I found my girlfriend now of 6 months, and she's helped me through a lot. And this is the drawing that I'm making with her, and she has given me her heart, and it's keeping me safe in a little bubble where I always know that no matter what happens, no matter how bad my day is, no matter how upset or sad or angry or what's happened, it always gets a little bit better if I talk to her. That's what love is. You know, you may be asking, what is love? Well, love is a feeling that you have for something special. Let it be somebody, something, or a place. You can love anything. You can love many things. You might love how the winter feels. You might love watching the snow fall down. You might love your parents or your dog or your cats or your significant other. Love is something that gets everybody through the day. And for me, it's gotten me through a lot. Knowing that somebody will be there for you even in your hardest times is amazing. That no matter how upset, how mad they might be at you, you will always be in their mind. They will always care for you and you will always have a place with them. My family has been a huge help during COVID. And I think that the one thing that has honestly kept me going forward in life right now is love. Love is extremely important. It is something amazing, something magical. It's something that everybody should experience in their life. And everybody will experience it in their life. Life is strange. Life is hard. But love is strange. And love will make it better. Everything will be better. You just have to believe. Believe that tomorrow will be brighter than the day before, and that will get you going. No matter how bad you have it, tomorrow will be better if you tell yourself it will be. Life will get better. You have to be there to see it get better, though. Thank you guys so much for your time. Have an amazing day.
Growing up and constantly grasping information about life and how crazy it is. The love, the fights, the loss, the ups and downs and everything on the ground. To be sad, to be happy, to be annoyed or to be annoying. Time and time again, there's always something new that changes the old. Look at me and look at you. From left to right and east to west, we're both here, healing broken hearts, plastering broken bones, but one thing's for sure is you learned. You learn to appreciate the love you give and receive. You learn to feel the rhythm and the sound of drums and the instruments. You learn to love your neighbors like you love yourself. You learn to trust and believe. Attention, attention. Here comes the best part. You learn to forgive. You learn to let go. You learn that this roller coaster called life has ups and downs. Hold on to your seat. We're almost there. You learn to scream. You learn to shout and let everything crazy out. You learn to smile and let it run a mile. You learn to feel good and brighten the mood. Up, up, and we go. Life's not stopping there. Unless you learn to be strong. You learn to make the memories last long. You learn to prove all the naysayers wrong. All this music we listen to, but life's more than just a song. From crying in the rain to healing the pain. From mental breakdowns to acting sane. There's no one to blame, and there's nothing to shame. In this book called Life, uncountable chapters and blurry lines. Sometimes the pages are ripped, but we learned to unlearn. To unlearn the hate and accept our unpredictable fate. To unlearn the wrong and do what's right. To unlearn the negative we speak to ourselves. To be happy we're here. To unconditionally and unapologetically be ourselves. To let our voices be heard and our confidence adored. To asking for a hug when you feel low, to being comfortable in our own space. We learn to love our imperfections, love our enemies, love our differences, love the moments. Boom, we're old. The roller coaster's almost over, and the time is ticking. Tick-tock, tick-tock, now it's our time to teach. What will our offsprings learn and unlearn? What did you unlearn? Are you proud of your unlearning? The sweet stories and the sour endings, will you still tell them? Attention passengers, life has an announcement to make. Make sure you listen. There's a few tips they'll give you. Karma, appreciation, love, anger, sadness, defeat, struggle, happiness, forgiveness. I am life. You will go through me. I won't help you, but you will learn to help yourself. Your neighbors, your brothers, your sisters, your lovers, and even the unknown others. You'll make rainbows and storms. You'll move hurts. Did you fall? Get up! I'm not going to wait for you. Tick tock, tick tock. That's the clock. There's my time. I got to go. With love, life.
Um, hey, my name's Jose. For the Paprika Festival, I have made a little short story for any of you to read at the end of this. There will be a link by the end where you will be able to read a little short story I made. It's a little short story based off of, well, it's mostly just inspired by a dream I had one time. I just had a dream, woke up from it. I was like, oh, this would be an okay story. And I made it. I decided to take this opportunity to make it. Probably make something I wanted. The story follows a boy around the time of World War II. And, honestly, the rest is up for you to read. It's a pretty okay story, but I am still learning to make stories. I am a storyteller. I do enjoy poetry as poetry. I do enjoy poetry as well. And don't expect it to be anything too good, but just expect it to be somewhat enjoyable at least. I hope. Content warnings. There is some violence in this, of course. When is there not violence? It's based off World War II. There's World War II in this. Yeah, it's called Untitled. Mostly because I didn't know what to name it. And I think that's it. I think give it a chance if you like to read. And yeah. Hope you enjoy the rest of what we have worked on for the Paprika Festival. See ya.
What if the apocalypse wasn't a bad thing? What if the apocalypse was the right thing? The resolve we have been waiting for? The resoluting note to a chord struck flat and out of key. The reverberation oscillating at a new frequency to pull us out of ruts, reinforced with steel, and centuries of structure unsound, signifying nothing. A revolution categorized outside of its industrial ties. Heartwarmingly opposed. Organically inclined. The apocalypse brought about death to a society wrought with instability. What occurs afterwards is not necessarily a bad thing. The birds did not fly south for the winter. In fact, they tunneled down. They filed for construction licenses, hired contractors, and began work on southern travel on a different plane. They flocked to mines in Sudbury, taking over spaces once held by flightless union workers, now inhabited by soaring yellow jackets, out of construction worker orange, clad in the plumage of a different hue. Adorned in the necessary safety precautions, they transform rock quarries into roadless superhighways as they tunnel deeper and deeper into the center of the earth. It's certainly warmer south of the equator, but traveling below it is just as good, if not better. The birds now burrow in the winter months, abandoning their foliage-covered homes for something a little darker, a lot warmer, and a space that is rightfully their own. They fly straight into the Earth's molten core, scorching themselves. They are well above or below what they or anyone could handle. They bring their paperwork with them, abandoning everything in a final declaration of supplication, of regret, of refusal, abandoning life as they know it for one of mystery, for one of surprise. Like phoenixes, they rise from this fiery core, exploding back at lightning speeds, traveling back to our sunlit, snow-melted spaces, budding and blooming from below. They are changed. They want little to do with the way things were. They are ready for us to join them, to reinvent what was, to ditch and discover new. The sun rose for the final time, and after, it would wilt. Petals peeling away as they float off into orbit, canopying the continents in shades of red, eventually tumbling into the sea. A giant blanket swaddling the planet like a newborn child. After the apocalypse, Earth would regress to a second childishness, a second chance to grow, to be taught, to be nurtured, to be loved. From then on, the sun would instead bloom daisies, peonies, magnolias, watercress, plum trees, daffodils, dandelions, baby's breath, reversing the roles of air and land, rooting into the sky permanently. We begin to walk on air particles. We sit in the clouds and point out passing shrubs that vaguely look like past politicians or barnyard animals. We admire the birds that fly through the rocks. We remind ourselves to cut back the grass before it gets too long and dangles from the sky like party streamers. A world rearranged, remastered, where we look up to the earth's sky for inspiration, where we cherish the land upon which we once walked with the same wonder and amazement as the infinite sky once out of reach, now inhabited. This garden will not be written about in a large, important book. It will be lived on. It will be lived. It will live on.
after the apocalypse.